Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. This video, I just quickly unboxed the new Goldshell AL box. I'd say there's a lot of controversy regarding this new AL box, just for the simple fact that this thing costs over $10,000 upon release. I know Goldshell did have a release on their website, I think around $6,500, but depending on where you're buying this from, whatever your tariffs are, what your taxes are, custom and duties, it could be a little bit more on top of that. But anyways, besides the point, this AL box was making about what, $125 a day when announced, and then shortly after was making maybe $100 a day. I did do a video last week where I did get remote hash rate for one of these from Goldshell themselves. Thank you to Crypto Miner Bros who sent me this AL box, I guess in conjunction with Goldshell, to showcase this to you guys. I mean, I'm giving you guys all the facts regarding, what this thing is going to be making and, how this thing, I guess, performs. We'll turn it on in this video using a 750 watt PSU, parallel miner, breakout board, and two 6-pin to 6-pin PCIe cables from the veteran miner. If you guys are looking for PCIe cables, the best 16 gauge PCIe cables. But, this thing takes about, I think, 160, 180 watts. We'll verify that at the wall in a second here. But yeah, this thing is no longer making $125 to $100 a day. This thing is now making, I think, $50 as of recording this video. It's April 29th. I actually just got back from vacation. This thing was actually sitting for about a good week while I was gone. So we missed out on a good amount of profit. But what I'm planning on doing with this thing, okay, let me just plug this in while I talk about that. My plan with this thing is to keep track of how much this thing is mining every single day. I'm just gonna mine to a singular address, and we're going to see how much lithium this thing mines, and then also keep track of when can we break even on this, $11,000 ASIC miner, okay? The Goldshell AL box, which we all know, right? There could be potentially new lithium ASIC miners coming out in the near future. I'm not quite sure. We're still waiting on an announcement from Bitmain or maybe IB Link or some other ASIC manufacturer, maybe Ice River or something. And recently I have done live streams of where we were showing the network hash rate for lithium is climbing quite a bit. Okay, so I guess talking about the risks now regarding this machine, that we've seen volatility in terms of its profitability just cut in half because the network hash rate just jumped up like 400 terahash because of a massive miner, whether it's a ASIC or an FPGA. I have a feeling it's a FPGA, that it has turned on a lot of hash rate. And so the total network hash rate for lithium right now, as of recording, I think is about over 800 terahash. Okay, and so this AL box currently makes about $50 a day. All right, no longer the $100, $125 a day. But okay, so I just turned it on, and we're gonna see how this thing performs, okay? So let me log into the web GUI, let me make sure it's mining, and we'll come back and see how much power consumption this thing takes. Okay, it's mining 172 watts, 173. Okay, it's mining to DX pool. That's actually their stock pool that they, I guess, recommend. I did try mining to Vipor.net, didn't work. I did try Wooly Pooly, doesn't work. I did try Hero Miners, doesn't seem to work, and it auto connects to DX pool. And I did go through the logs just to see why it wouldn't connect to Vipor or any of the other pools, Vipor, Wooly Pooly, Hero Miners. Yeah, it just says connection refused, socket error, some other reasons here. I'm not quite sure what this means, but when it goes to DX pool, it shows that it is success. WebSocket Manager, continue. I'm not quite sure what all this means, but it seems to connect just fine to DX pool, which is the stock pool that Goldshell has put in stock. For instance, when you go into add, and it just shows DX pool, the stock pool is right there. So seems like there's only support right now for one mining pool. Granted, I only just tried 3 other mining pools, but they didn't work. Hero Miners, I did try Wooly Pooly and also Vipor.net, but those did not work. So maybe some type of nonce issue, I don't know. I'm just referring back to other ASIC miners in previous history that had issues connecting. But yeah, anyways, there you guys go. It's mining right now, just started, and let me refresh here. 345 gigahash. I'm sure it's still ramping up. Temperature says 61 degrees Celsius right now, so it looks like that's climbing. Okay, I'm gonna let this go for obviously a while. Anything new like firmware or maybe some pool support for other mining pools, I will let you guys know in the future. But I mean, for really not many people that I know have purchased this. This video is really me just talking about this miner and how I would say destroyed the network hash rate has been recently due to what I just talked about earlier, that massive Lithium miner that's on Hero Miners. He's got like a bunch of like 1.2, 1.3 terahash, I don't know, ASICs or FPGAs. And the reason why I say FPGAs is because Radiant and also Kyla Coin and also recently Nexel AI, another coin that just has a ton of hash rate recently. So a lot of different algorithms there that this mining farm, which has the same workers on Radiant and on Kyla Coin, I can confirm with Lithium that, you know, that could be some type of FPGA, some massive FPGA farm. That's why I think it's an FPGA and not an ASIC, just for the fact that it's, you know, these same worker names that are mining these different algorithms. So people that have pre-ordered this or have maybe receiving them now, the only reason I can think of a lot of people who bought this is that they believe that Lithium is going to price appreciate a lot more in the future. But another thing is I'm afraid of, and I know everyone understands this risk, is that when is Bitmain going to come out with the new Lithium ASIC? When is, you know, IB-Link or Ice River or some other manufacturer going to come out with their Lithium ASIC miner, Blake 3 ASIC miner? This is a 360 gigahash, 170 watt ASIC, that's 180 now, ASIC miner, okay, from Goldshell. And so we all know with these little gold shells, very similar to, like, you can say a scenario like Cadena, right? Those KD boxes were like 5 grand, 6 grand at one point, and lo and behold, a lot of new big boy Cadena ASIC miners came out eventually. And then those KD boxes were pretty much bricks. So are we gonna get a similar situation with Lithium? I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't have a crystal ball. But I mean, we can all make educated guesses regarding which manufacturer is going to come out with the next Lithium miner. And, you know, Bitmain could easily make a Lithium ASIC miner that would do about, what, typically 3,000 to 3,400 watts. Some division, like 8 terahash divided by 360. You guys can do the math there. You know, that Bitmain could make an ASIC miner, a big boy ASIC miner for Lithium. Why not, right? Why not? That could happen. But then if that happens, the Lithium's price needs to appreciate a lot in order to handle all these new ASIC miners coming out for Lithium potentially. So really a lot of risks involved, you know, buying these things. I've explained this already in all of my other previous AL Box videos with you guys. I've explained all the risks, okay? This is really not new, especially when it comes to other ASIC miners out in the wild now. It's not just, you know, these Lithium ASICs, but, you know, could be the Caspa ASIC, which has been doing very well. The Caspa ASICs has generally kept its profitability up over the past year, okay, in a sense, and a lot of people have gotten their money back. But the further and further out, you know, people buying the Caspa ASICs, the longer your break even or ROI is, okay? So for a lot of people who have pre-ordered the first batch of the AL Box, those guys must be thinking, you know, first batch AL Box, maybe you could get your money back in a certain time frame, dependent on when the next Lithium ASIC is coming out. So that's why I explained in the beginning that I'm gonna be keeping track of this AL Box, and I'm gonna just see how long it takes to get the initial, you know, investment back on this thing, okay? So if this thing's currently making, you know, $50 a day, and okay, granted, you guys might see paid 93. This is when Goldshell connected to. I'm using the same address here, but I already sent out the Lithium on here, so it's at 0 now, okay? So I'm starting this like brand new. So this is how volatile it is. Like literally recording this video, it was about $50 a day, $52 a day. Now the AL Box is at about $40 a day. Okay, the lithium's price has been crashing here recently over the past 7 days, so that obviously doesn't help the profitability of this AL box. Okay, so sure, it looks dire now, but of course I have to talk about the other side. Okay, what if altcoin season is upon us? What if Lithium has further price appreciation, which it has, you know, over the past, what, 6 months or so? Okay, if I show you the like zoomed out chart, okay, it looks to be pretty interesting, right? You know, the price of Lithium has jumped quite a bit over the past couple months. So talking about, you know, are we still on the brink of the bull run, or, you know, is altcoin season going to come around? Is Bitmain going to pump Lithium in order to sell their ASICs when it comes out? You know, all these questions, all of these risks that could be up and coming, we don't know. Okay, we don't have a crystal ball. We can all talk about it. We can all speculate what could happen. But anyways, guys, here it is. Here's the AL box that I have here in the flesh, and I am gonna be doing, okay, I did say on Twitter that I was gonna do hash rate giveaways on this AL box, but I realized if I'm gonna be trying to do a break-even test on this of like $10,000 or $11,000 of when I receive this, okay, so a typical person spending 11, 12 grand on this AL box, I wanna see when we could theoretically get our money back on this thing, including the electric that's being used, which really isn't a lot, okay, 180 watts right now. It really isn't a lot, but over time, right, you guys know I've done many of these tests before, and yeah, I've had a lot of ASICs break even within less than a year. So we'll see if this AL box will do the same thing, or, you know, because it's first batch, maybe potentially that this could pay off pretty soon or not. Well, I am here to figure that out, but I am gonna do some other hash rate giveaways, or giveaways, which I will do in live streams. So, okay, so guys, make sure you are subscribed and all that kind of stuff. Okay, guys, thank you to Crypto Miner Bros for sending me the AL box. If you guys are interested in any type of other ASICs out there, go check them out, link down below. If you guys are interested in veteran miner cables, go check them out, link down below. If you guys are interested in any, I don't know, parallel miner products, I have a link down below as well if you guys are interested. Okay, I appreciate you all for watching. Please let me know your thoughts. I know this is very controversial ASIC miner as of recently, but let me know your guys' thoughts, and I'd like to read everyone's thoughts regarding this. Okay, I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out.